Still undefeated, we are still undefeated. The national championship aspirations are still alive for the Alabama State Hornets. We just beat down on them Jackson State Tigers in Jackson, Mississippi. And we are on the verge of hopefully making it back to that national championship game. We are ranked number 2 now because they screwed us again. Texas A&M is your new number 1 team. Buck Hill, all the way down there from West Palm Beach, Florida, has committed to Alabama State officially. 6'3", 220. He's pretty undersized as a tight end. We got to put some weight on him when he get to gump time. Poor potential and poor discipline. We're not really worried about that. We're just hoping that those hands are A+ like it says. So let's look at the rest of the scores around the HBCU world. Prairie View A&M beat Army in overtime, improving to 7-2. Arkansas Pine Bluff lose to Mississippi Valley State 21-16. Grambling State come up short to Florida A&M 36-32. Meanwhile, over at the MEAC, Delaware State beat Norfolk State 31-17. Tennessee State beat A&T 23-20. Hampton beat Morgan State 31-10. And you got the Howard Bison beating up on the South Carolina State Bulldogs 28-14. Howard improves to 8-1. But it looks like Tennessee State is going to win that conference. So here goes the latest news about the BCS polls. Tennessee State is number 1. Look at that though. Look at that percentage. So let's look at what they have next. They just beat Oklahoma 40-34 in Norman, Oklahoma at that. They got to take on Temple. They'll beat Temple. They lost a wide receiver for the season as well as Dane. They lost 2 wide receivers. Look at this coach's poll percentage though. .855. A&M has .952. But it looks like we're in the driver's seat. We just got to make sure we don't lose a game. Make sure we don't lose a game. If we do, that's it. We still got Grambling State and we got Miami. Both of those games are at home. So we got to finish the season out strong. So there goes Howard. They are getting receiving votes. 126 to be more precise. Right behind Arkansas. So as we look at the Heisman watch list, Thomas Chavez is at 3rd place, but Thompson Pollard of Michigan, 1st and 2nd. Thomas Chavez at 2. Then you got Sean Garner from Alabama at number 4. Sean Garner's having a pretty good season too for Alabama. And then from Texas Tech you have Danny Thomas. That quarterback from Georgia Tech is no longer on the Heisman watch list. Grant Garcia is on the verge of making history at Alabama State, while Thomas Chavez is looking to continue history with that Biletnikoff Award. And now we got 2 teammates fighting it out for that Best Offensive Lineman Award in Kelly McDonald and Edward Atkins. Grant Garcia is also up for the Buckets Award for the nation's best linebacker, as well as the Bednarik Award for the nation's best defensive player. Let's see if we can get him that award though. So there goes Chad Hamilton. Chad Hamilton was salty about not winning this award last year. Now he wants to win it this year, but it looks like he's going to have to put in some extra work. Steve Urkel-Bostic wins SWAC Player of the Week on 200 yards on 15 carries and 3 tutties. Jake Harris wins Defensive Player of the Week in the SWAC for Florida A&M. 12 tackles, 8 for loss, 4 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. Oh man, he was a freight train against Grambling. Obadiah Alexander, quarterback, wins Offensive Player of the Week from Delaware State. Delaware State also had the Defensive Player of the Week and Joshua Traynor. And man, did he have a game as well. Absolutely crazy. Join us next time as we round out the season. We got 2 games at home. Grambling State is next. And after that, we got the Miami Hurricanes. Them boys from Carl Gables coming to town. Thank you for watching. Peace. I almost forgot. We got some breaking news out of the Alabama State football program. No, nobody's in trouble. We're just going to make a change on the depth chart at wide receiver. Sheldon Green will be getting his spot back. He will be starting against the Grambling State Tigers. Joseph Cooley was very impressed with how he responded to being benched. He made big plays versus Jackson State, 3 of them to be more precise. He had a receiving touchdown. He had a fumble on special teams that resulted in Sheldon Green returning it for a touchdown. And then on top of that, he returned the punt for a touchdown. The man was an absolute animal against the Jackson State Tigers. This is huge considering now that we sit back and think about it, Sheldon Green was the better option. And on top of that, he has better composure than Kevin Humphrey. Now don't get me wrong, Kevin Humphrey's a good wide receiver. It's just not his time yet. Yes, he was a 5-star coming out of high school, but he still has to grow as a true freshman wide receiver. Sheldon Green, he's been here before. And I'm very confident that he can make these big plays for us as we go down the hill for the rest of the season. We got 2 games left at home. We got Grambling State, and then we got the Miami Hurricanes coming to town. And then after that, of course, we got the SWAC championship game in Detroit, Michigan. Join us next time the Grand Fam come to town. Peace.